Hello everyone, I hope you're all really well. So today I am going to be shopping the high street in search of the most effortlessly chic summer outfits that I can find, which hopefully you're all going to love as well. I'm heading down to London in about 10 minutes time, so I'm going to do a bit of a shop and a try on in the likes of H&M and other stores and Reiss. I'm also going to take you along to the new summer collection launch at Hobbs. Then in a couple of days time, and I shall make sure I film it as well, I'm going to be heading down to the launch of ME+EM's new summer collection at Chelsea Flower Show. And if that wasn't enough of a jam-packed week, I'm then heading down to London again to a clinic to have a bit of a taster session of IPL. Now I've never had it before and I'm a little bit terrified because I am such a wimp with pain, but in the same breath I'm also very excited to see if it can work its magic on my skin and hopefully get rid of a little bit of pigmentation. Righto, let me get changed into my outfit I'm going to wear today and I'll quickly turn the camera on and show you. So I'm almost ready, and this is the beautiful suit that I chose from the new summer collection at Hobbs. Hopefully you like it too. It is available in a couple of different colours, but naturally I went for it in the pale blue because I'm ever so slightly obsessed with that colour trend this season. Now sizing wise, going true to size with my UK 10, I think the blazer is a really good fit. It's sitting nicely on the shoulders. The trousers on the other hand, I really wish that I'd sized down once or possibly even twice actually, because they are coming up a little bit big. So definitely advise sizing down in those. Right, I shall go and quickly finish off my hair, do a little touch up on my makeup and take you along with me as we head down to London. So I got down to London and I had a little bit of time before the Hobbs event, so I decided to pop into H&M first of all. Now some of you might have seen this over on stories, but I've been looking for quite a slim or at least straight pair of white jeans. I seem to have had a bit of a habit of buying either quite baggy looking white jeans over the last couple of years, or indeed my barrel leg version. And while I do like those and I wear them an awful lot, I think there is a time and a place for quite a slim fitting pair. So I found this pair and I tried them on in a couple of different sizes just so you can see the difference in shape. So first of all, this is the size 12, which is one size too big for me. I don't think they look bad at all actually, but as the idea for me was to find quite a slim fitting pair, I do think the UK 10 looks much better. And that's the one I went for actually. Now those jeans came in just over £30, so really affordable. And although they aren't stark white, I actually think they work really nicely with some of the tops I've got in my wardrobe, so they definitely fit the bill. Then I tried on this, what I think is a really pretty broderie on glace dress. Now in my head I was kind of thinking on our summer holidays you just want that lovely little throw on, maybe around the pool or if you're going for lunch, and you don't really want to be in anything too restricting, you just want to feel comfy and something you can easily slip on. Like a shift dress I suppose, which is exactly what this is. So it's very simple in shape, but of course the beauty with this one I thought was in the detail of that broderie. And in actual fact, I tried on a very similar one in And Other Stories a little bit later, which I'll show you. And I actually think this one is the better version of the two, but do let me know what you think in the comments. Then I found what I think is an absolutely beautiful blazer in this deep navy colour, and I am really kicking myself because I didn't purchase it there and then. And for the life of me, I cannot find it on their website since. So if I do manage to find it in the meantime, I shall of course put a link in the description box. But if it's not there, it's because I can't find it. So please do let me know if you spot it instead. It just had a really nice texture to the fabric, almost like it was a blend of linen and possibly lyocell, something that was giving it that sheen. And I seem to remember, but I could have this completely wrong, that it had one of the green tags on it to say it was sustainable. Slight swerve, but what do you think to my hair today? I have given myself quite possibly the worst fringe cut I have ever done in my entire life. It kind of reminds me of way back in the day when I used to watch Beverly Hills 90210. I remember hassling my mum saying, I really want my hair to look like, was it Brendan? Oh no, is that the guy? The girl with the long dark hair. I really want my hair to look like her. Mum, please cut me a fringe. And she just kind of went like that, straight across, really heavy kind of fringe. That's pretty much what I've done to myself the other day. So I've kind of been forced to find a new hairstyle that just gets that fringe up and out of the way. So this is the result. Please, in a way, I kind of want you to tell me that yes, it looks okay, because the alternative, wearing that fringe down, isn't really an option, probably for the next month until it grows quite a lot. So anyway, back to the shot. So I knew I wanted to head to Reiss to take a look at their new summer collection for 2024. So the first couple of outfits, I was kind of in my head thinking of those special occasion pieces, maybe if you've got a wedding coming up, or for me, if I've got a couple of special dinners coming up that I want to look a little bit more dressed up for. That's really what I had in my head. So this first outfit is actually a jumpsuit, not something I often add into my own wardrobe, but Reiss, out of all of the high street brands, I would say is one that are particularly good if you've got quite a long torso like I have. So this one, as you can see, going true to size in my UK 10, fit really nicely actually in the length. I didn't feel like I was wearing a baby grow as I often do. Now, I've since realised online that this beautiful fabric, which I would have said was quite a heavyweight cotton, is actually a blend of linen, so that just made it even nicer for me. And I just adore the tone of it. I mean, they call it champagne, which obviously it does look very like that tone, but it had a slight shimmer to it as you moved. I love the shape around the neckline. It was a little bit gapey around the bust, but equally I didn't have a strapless bra with me, so that could maybe fill it out a little bit. Or indeed, I have a lovely friend who's a professional tailor, so I might just ask her if I decide to go for this one, just to nip in that bust section. So the second item for a special occasion, or perhaps for our holidays, is this beautiful deep orange dress that I tried on. Now, actually online, I've also spotted that this is available in this beautiful green tone, and I think both colours are equally beautiful. So if you've got a preference between the two, I do think they're both absolutely beautiful. But at the waistband, it had a really nice kind of slightly wrapped over asymmetrical detail, which I thought was a nice touch. Very simple around the collar, quite 90s style in that way. And then a beautiful sort of quite floaty looking skirt portion. It's a really gorgeous dress, to be honest. Definitely a favourite piece that I found in store. Then, for no particular reason, and not because I exactly needed it, but I decided to try on another blazer. I think I'm just obsessed with blazers, really. But the quality of Reiss's blazer really stands out a mile. And I think if it's within budget, which it's not for everybody, I realise, because they are a little bit more pricey. However, I would say you really do get what you pay for from Reiss. And this particular blazer as well, I thought really stood out a mile because of that asymmetric, sort of slightly military looking shape as well. I believe the fabric is cotton, but hopefully you can see in this footage, I think I did a little close-up, it had like a herringbone texture to it, which just again adds even more depth and beautiful detailing to such a lovely piece. And then last but not least, in Reiss, I decided to try on an open work jumper. Now, this is something that not necessarily is essential for your summer capsule wardrobe, but I personally really like to have at least one in mine. Now, you might have seen my summer capsule wardrobe the other week. I'm not sure when this one's going out, so probably a few weeks ago, but I included one that I got last summer from M+EM. But this jumper that I tried on in Reiss is obviously a new version for summer 2024, and it's exactly the kind of thing I was talking about. It's about having that extra layer of something, but obviously the open work detail just makes it totally appropriate for late spring, going into summer, or perhaps early evening in summer when the sun's gone down and you're feeling a little bit chilly. And it just has that really relaxed, effortless appeal to it, which I seemingly really warm to. Now, I did end up heading to And Other Stories as well, and I did try on quite a lot of pieces in there actually. But we'll show you that in a moment, because next up I headed to the Hobbs event to view their new summer collection for 2024. It was a really, really lovely event, both to see the collection, but also to meet a few different people that perhaps I've chatted to for a while and I've never actually met them. I did also manage to meet the lovely fellow YouTuber Jo Good, who does middle-aged minx on YouTube. She's gorgeous, just as lovely in real life as you would imagine. So we had a lovely lunch, and then we had a bit of a presentation looking at their new summer collection. And in terms of my favourite pieces, I found and I loved this gorgeous yellow cardigan. Definitely one of the colour fashion trends for spring summer 2024. We've seen it in all different shades actually, from that very soft buttery kind of yellow that I've got a similar skirt in, to this fairly bright pop of yellow, which I equally really love, and it's very hard not to smile when you're wearing pieces like that. And then to make me even happier, I then found this beautiful silky skirt that would match. So I would personally wear those two together. I think that makes a really beautiful outfit, perhaps for the evening time in summer when when you do need that extra layer. Then I spotted this gorgeous long blue dress. Really love those sleeves and that sheer detail. Then I found a couple of broderie on glaze tops, some pretty cotton dresses, and I also found and typically loved this open work jumper from Hobbs as well. This one, obviously being in a stripe detail, made it feel a little bit different. Made from a really lovely cotton and that intricate open work detail. And actually I saw that one and thought I might go for it in a large, so it's really oversized, and actually use it as a cover up on our holiday, so on top of my bikini or my swimsuit around the pool. And then equally I thought it would look nice when you put your shorts on, maybe have a little tank underneath, kind of that relaxed, quite effortless vibe as well. So then after the Hobbs event, there was thankfully enough time to go shopping again. So I headed back to Regent Street and to And Other Stories. So it was very exciting to head into store and see all the new collection that's just launched. And straight away, I zoned in on this beautiful long red skirt. Now I'd actually seen a very similar skirt to this, which I'd kind of set my heart on from Reformation, but that one was quite expensive. So when I saw this one in store, I thought it was a really good alternative that was just a little bit more affordable. So it's been made from a blend of linen, I think about 50% with viscose. It's got a really beautiful drape to it. It doesn't fit too tight, and that's going true to size with a UK 10. I really like it in the red, and red is of course one of the big fashion trends this season, but equally I don't think red is going to go out of fashion at all over the years. It will just keep coming back round and round and round again. So really, really lovely option. If however you prefer your neutrals and you're not wanting to dip your toe in some of those brighter colors this season, there is a really lovely option in a gorgeous, quite natural shade of beige, which I do really like as well. Then I decided to try on this beautiful long green dress. Now this was a bit different for me actually, shape-wise, with all those gathers. It's not something I would usually pick up, but the color just kind of drew me in. So I thought, have a try, Jessica. It's a little bit different for you, but that's often when you find the nicest pieces and you force yourself to try them on. And I do really, really love the shape. I thought it was really flattering around the neckline. And although the fabric is quite gathered and folded in within itself, which I thought might make too much bulk, it didn't at all. It actually sat really, really nicely. It felt quite elegant actually. And then you had that drop waist, which is one of the other fashion trends as well. That came down to a sort of mid hip bone and then fell beautifully into the skirt portion. So another lovely special occasion dress that I found on my travels. The next dress, however, I wouldn't say was necessarily for special occasions, but was certainly something that again I would reach for on my summer holidays. Just that very easy throw on, cover up beach dress. Simple shape, obviously across the top, and then you've just got those spaghetti straps on the shoulders, and then it flows out. So I wouldn't say it was the most flattering shape in the world, but I think you'll agree on our holes when we're just lounging around the pool or popping for lunch. We don't really mind if it's not scooping us in at all the right places. We just want something pretty and something very comfortable to wear in the heat. And that I thought was a really nice option. Then onto the other shift dress, which I was telling you about earlier. So you've got the broderie on glaze one that I tried on in H&M. This is the alternative that I found in And Other Stories. Now the difference with the two is I think the H&M one was a blend of cotton. This one I believe is 100% linen. And do let me know if you agree, but I personally, looking at this back as well from the footage, I don't really think it's doing a lot for me. As you'll see, when I took it up a little bit, I think it either needed to be quite a bit shorter, either an inch or two, or a bit longer. It felt like a weird length that it stopped, not a very flattering length, shall we say. And I know that shift dress shape is supposed to be just quite basic and very simple. With the H&M one, I think it really worked. With this one, it just kind of looked like I'm wearing a tabard. Not the most flattering dress I've ever tried on, which is a shame actually, because the fabric composition was lovely. I just don't think they've got the fit quite spot on with that one. And a similar train of thought, sadly, with this shirt. Now, I spotted it in store, thought it was very, very pretty. You've got all that beautiful broderie detail across the sleeves. But the reality is, when I tried it on, it was just too much going on. I felt like a flamenco dancer. It was just too puffy, too big, and not really working for me. And then just looking at it again here, it's just that shape, and I think it's probably one of those Marmite pieces. It's either your cup of tea or it's not. And for me personally, I thought it was a little bit too fussy. But I did, however, love this little cropped cardigan that I found, which is very typical style for me. but a really nice option from And Other Stories that's made from a slightly lighter fabric than some of the others I've got in my wardrobe. So it would make a really nice option for the evening time as we move through summer. Just that lovely crop shape sitting sort of just on that hip bone, and just that nice, quite polished, elevating piece to finish off any of your outfit ideas. Right, I'm going to go say hello to my husband properly as he's just got home from Mexico, but I shall turn the camera back on tomorrow as I'm heading back down to London for the Me+EM and the Chelsea Flower Show event, and I cannot wait to show you the dress that I'm wearing. See you in a moment. So I've just arrived at my hotel in London, quickly put my dress on, and I'm about to head down to the dinner with Me+EM, and then we're going over to Chelsea Flower Show for an exclusive look around, which is very exciting. I've never actually been before, so I'm really looking forward to it. So anyway, let me show you my dress. So this is an Italian cotton textured weave midi dress. It's absolutely stunning. I feel lovely in it, very ladylike actually, and perfect for the Chelsea Flower Show. It's a really gorgeous colour that they describe as tulip red, sort of not quite pink, not quite red, somewhere sort of in between. You've got these really flattering cap sleeves, the bodice portion nips in at the waist, and then it goes out into that lovely A-line skirt shape at the hem. Another really nice detail is that they've done a bit of a fringing effect on this cotton. If I just zoom down there a little bit, hopefully you can see just another lovely point of interest on this dress. Unfortunately, it's not ironed brilliantly because the iron in this hotel is absolutely useless. So I've done the best I can do, and unfortunately I've run out of time. So it's going to have to do. On my feet, I've got some new pointed slingbacks that I bought from Zara, and then I've just paired it with my classic structured handbag that I got from Songmont. And that is me ready to go. So come along with me and let's see what we can find. Last night was wonderful, such a lovely evening out. So I headed first of all to a restaurant called the Thomas Cubbett Pub, and Me+EM had hired like a private dining area for themselves, and there was about 30 different creators there. So lots of people that I hadn't met before, but really lovely, very friendly. Had this amazing meal. In fact, I did that little schoolboy error of assuming the first course was it in terms of food, so I sort of filled up on bread, and then out came this lamb, and then there was salmon and vegetables, and yeah, by which point I was completely full. So really lovely. And then we headed over to the Chelsea Flower Show for a sort of out of hours experience. There was a few different corporate events going on, but obviously I was there with the other creators with Me+EM. Had a little mooch around and it looked absolutely fantastic. Definitely somewhere I would like to go again, sort of in my own time, just to be able to have a mooch about, and ideally on a sunny day, because it was, sadly, it was throwing it down with rain by this point. But it didn't dampen our spirits too much, and I did feel really lovely in that dress, which I absolutely adore, so hopefully you like that too. So I got back into the hotel about midnight, had a good sleep, and woke up at my usual time of 5 AM, which is really annoying. Yes, as you can see, I am currently sat on the floor because I didn't know where else to wedge the camera. So I'll go get myself ready and then quickly show you my outfit before I head off to Dr. David Jack's clinic. So I'm now ready to head off, and I think I've changed my mind on the treatment that I want to have. So I was reading on their website about a sort of facial extraordinaire that they do with stem cells and microneedling combined, and I just really loved the sound of it, and sort of chickening out a little bit from the Morpheus 8 and the IPL. This treatment instead has got virtually no downtime at all. It sounds incredible in terms of the results, and probably most importantly for me, because I'm such a wimp, it's only number 1 on the scale of how painful it is. So I think I'm going to switch to that, but of course I shall take you along with me and let you know if I change my mind again when I get there. So just quickly to show you my outfit, I'm just wearing a simple tank top. I've got my navy blazer over the top, my black belt, and my new quite slim fitting beige jeans that I got from H&M. Right, I shall grab my bag and we'll head to the clinic. So I am now all sorted and settled at Dr. David Jack's clinic in Belgravia, and the lovely Anna has very kindly smothered me in lots and lots of numbing cream. Thankfully, she said it's a very strong one because I am such a wimp. So the treatment I've actually decided to have is the exosomes therapy, beginning with the microneedling treatment, and that will just make tiny little punctures all over my skin that essentially will create an avenue for the serum once applied afterwards to be able to reach down deep into that dermis level to work its magic. Now the serum itself is quite groundbreaking, a new technology that's just come out, I believe, in the last year or so in the UK. But essentially the exosomes are derived from plant-based stem cells, and they have this amazing ability to regenerate your skin, and on top of which I'm very excited about, increase collagen levels by up to 600%, which is just amazing. And I don't believe there's any treatment on the market at the moment that can increase your collagen levels to quite such an extent as this one. So the numbing cream, I can feel, is taking its effect. So I'll keep turning the camera back on again and giving you my honest opinion of how it feels as we go along. So this, first of all, is the micro needling, just going over my forehead. And as you can see, because I am such an open book, you would know if I was in pain. Currently, all I can feel is a vibration. So this is telling me, always go to a professional and don't try and do this yourself. Because when I've done this before myself, as you'll probably remember from one of my previous vlogs, I really hurt myself. And my numbing cream was obviously nowhere near as strong as they can do in the clinic. So all good so far. Can only feel a tickling vibration. I think it will hurt probably a little bit around my eyes where the skin is quite sensitive, but this is absolutely tolerable and totally fine. And Anna actually, before she started, applied a little bit of the exosomes to my forehead. So I imagine when you then go over with the microneedling device, it's going straight into that dermis level. It's very strange doing a vlog where I'm laying down looking up at you. And that is it, my treatment is finished and I actually feel completely fine. I'm not in any pain at all. I actually don't look too red, so not too bad to walk across London. I think Anna is very gentle, so I'm really impressed with the treatment and excited to start seeing all that lovely boost of collagen on my skin.